Welcome, friends. Today we are talking about surface area of prisms and pyramids on this episode of Mr. Johnson's math class. All right, well, in previous episodes, we've talked about finding the area of figures. And the area is just all the space inside of a figure. And we have found area of two-dimensional figures. In previous episodes, we've talked about polyhedra, which are just three-dimensional solids with width, depth, and height. So now we are going to find surface area. And the surface area is, like if for fancy speak, it's the sum of all the areas of its faces. So if we were to... So say we had this polyhedra, this box here, and inside of it is the gift of knowledge. And we wanted to wrap this gift up. So let's say that we're going to cover the entire outside of this gift with wrapping paper. So just like that, we have wrapped up our gift of knowledge here. And the whole thing has been wrapped up with a cute little bow tied on it. And so the outside of it is all covered in wrapping paper. All right, well, that would be the surface area. So the surface area would be covering the entire thing with wrapping paper. Now, a lot of times we will talk about finding the surface area using a net. Not like the net that you go catching butterflies with, or the net like on a soccer goal or something like that, but instead a net would be if we were to take this solid, this polyhedra, and cut it apart and lie it flat. Well, if you were to lay it flat into all of its two-dimensional surfaces, it would make a net. So that's what, like if you hear us talk about a net, that's what we're talking about. And you can find the net of prisms, or you could find the net of a pyramid. So another thing to consider would be if we only were to wrap the sides of this. So if we didn't wrap the whole thing, we just wrapped the sides. So not the bases, just the sides. Well, the sides are called the lateral area. Or the sides are the lateral faces. If we wrapped the sides, that would be the lateral area, which is the sum of the lateral faces. Now here we see the net of a pyramid. So if we were to cut this pyramid down all of its edges, so if you would imagine if we were to take a set of scissors, and where you see those dotted lines, if we were to cut all of those, and then we were to lie this flat, it's going to consist of 4 triangles and then the base. Since it's a pyramid, it only has one base, not 2. And let me clear all this off for us here real quick. So if all that's gone, so if we were to cut that, and lie it flat, the net of that pyramid would have 4 triangles and then the base. Now, the lateral faces would all be the triangles. It would not include the base. So all of those faces would be the lateral faces, and that would be the lateral area if you found the area of those.